All right, so here are the answers to the top part of number 3 and 4 in case you needed to verify your answers. Just take a moment, pause the video. Let me know if you have any questions. To verify right here, I took this right triangle and I wrote it right here, so it'd be a lot easier for me to see. And this is a 30, 60, 90, and there's the reminder of what the formula is for 30, 60, 90. Coming over to this one, this is a regular 1, 2, 3, 4 pentagon, sorry. And so you have to find the area and perimeter of that. Remember, my area is 1/2 apothegm times the perimeter. Okay, so let's go ahead and look now at lateral and surface area of cones. So similarly to a pyramid, a cylinder has a vertex. The difference is that a cone has a circular base. I know you guys know this. This is just kind of review. The axis of the cone, this is something new, endpoints at the center of the base. So here is the axis of the cone. If the axis is also the altitude, then the cone is a right cone. So if it is the same, and the altitude and axis are the same, then it's a right cone. If the axis is not the altitude, for example, right here, then the cone is oblique. We just call it oblique. Lateral area of a cone, surface area of a cone, and those are the formulas that we need to solve the problems. So let's go ahead and get started. For the right cone above, find the lateral and surface area if the radius is 6 centimeters and the height is 8 centimeters. Round to the nearest tenth if necessary. So I'm going to look over and refer to this cone right here. And I know that the height is 8. So my height is 8. And my radius from here to here, my radius is 6 centimeters. So what I want to come over and do, I need the parts of the problem. So I'm going to go ahead and find the slant height. So my radius is 6. I'll do the slant height momentarily. My height is 8. And so I want to find this slant height right here. So I'm going to use Pythagorean theorem. So I have 8 squared minus 6 squared equals, my bad. It's 8 squared plus 6 squared equals the slant height. So my slant height is 8 squared plus 6 squared. And when I calculate that, I get my slant height to be 10. So those are the pieces I need. For the lateral surface area, my formula is pi RL. Pi times the radius times the slant height. So pi, my radius is 6, my height is 8. And be comfortable seeing in terms of pi. I know we've talked about it, but I just want to make sure that you're comfortable seeing that. But when we calculate it, we're going to round to the nearest tenth, it says. So it's going to be 188 and 5/10 centimeters squared. That's my lateral. For my total, I have this right here, pi RL is your lateral, so you can use that for, you can use that right here, 188 and a half. And then plus pi, this is the area of the circle, pi times 6 squared. And then punch that into your calculator and round. And we get 301 and 6/10 centimeters squared. Okay, let's look at number 1 at the bottom. It says find the lateral and surface area. When it says surface area, it means the total. Lateral, I just want the outside of the cone. like an ice cream cone and that paper that you wrap around it sometimes. That would be lateral. So let's identify my pieces. I've got my radius is 9, my height is 12, and I need to find the slant height. Once again, Pythagorean theorem. So I have 12 squared plus 9 squared, and that will simplify to 15. So I've got my radius, my height, and my slant height. Once again, we're just going to substitute the values into the formula. Alright, so hopefully you paused the video and tried it on your own, and then there's are the answers, and there is the work. So now let's look at number, there's two parts of two pieces. Go ahead and try this one by yourself. Go ahead and try this one by yourself, and then we can verify that one in class tomorrow. We can verify that one in class. Okay, let me just do it with you. Okay, so I have my height and my slant height, but I don't have my radius. So I use Pythagorean theorem, so I have 12 squared plus b squared equals 13 squared. You know, I like to kind of skip this process, but that's okay. So when I solve for that, I have b squared equals the square root of 169 minus 144. So my radius is 5. Radius is 5, my height is 12, and my slant height is 13. Pause the video and work on that on your own, and then we'll come back and check. Alright, and there's my answer for this bottom cone. Now let's look at number 2. You can tell here that we've got our 30, 60, 90, and 45, 45, 90. We're comfortable with that, or hopefully we are, but I think you are. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out, because I'm given the radius, and this is 30 degrees, and I need to find the slant height and the height. So I'm going to pull this out right here. Just going to draw that triangle. This is x radical 3. This is 2 times x. And then I'm told that x equals 5. Oh, and this is 30. I guess I'm not going to do all that. 30, 60, and then there's my 90. So since I know that x equals 5, my radius is 5, then my slant height is going to be 2 times 5, which is 10. My radius is 5, just want to write it out. And then my height is going to be x, 5 radical 3. Now I've got all the pieces, so now let's solve. I'm going to substitute everything into the problem. I'm going to go ahead and do that, pause the video, and you can do that on your own, and then I will show the answer. Alright, and there's our answer. Okay, now let's do the one on the bottom, or if you'd like to try it by yourself, and pause the video, and then we can come back and check. So do that now. Okay, so let's discuss this problem. So this is a 45, 45, 90, so this is x, and x radical 2. Well, we know that this is 4 inches, so this is 4, and then this will be 4 radical 2. So let's find my surface area, or my lateral. Pi times 4 times 4 radical 2. Y'all probably already calculated it. I'm just going to do it at the end. 71 and 1/10 inches squared. And finally, my total. 71 1/10 plus pi times 16, and that gives me approximately 121 4/10 inches squared. And that's the end of 12-3 notes. This is our part 2.